Heyo, Hiba here and welcome back to the channel and another video on Sea of Conquest. So don't forget to subscribe, right? I have lots of videos on the game and more coming all the time. So this video here is going to be a starter guide where I just introduce new players to the basic concepts of the game. And every concept in this video will have its own video. So just look through my channel and you'll find more in-depth information, right? So the first thing we got to look at here is, first up, you gotta finish the tutorial. Now this really goes without saying, but I do get a lot of messages from people who are still playing the tutorial and then asking me, why can't I do this, why can't I do that? The tutorial on its own is quite different from the actual game, and the reason for people getting a little bit confused about this, which I kind of understand, simply is that you haven't gone far enough. You have to get to at least chapter 5, preferably chapter 10 in the tutorial, right? Before things start to make sense and you can do all the cool stuff that I show in the videos. So continuing on from that, I just want to touch quickly upon ship basics here, because that seems to confuse some people as well. And once you start the game, you will just have one ship, right? You will just have your flagship, and you'll have to increase the levels on that ship. As you continue on in the game, you will get smaller ships that are kind of attached to your flagship. And you won't have that in the beginning, right? You'll just have one ship, and once you get enough levels, you get one more ship, and you know, continue on from there. So if you start out with only one ship, don't panic. That's how it's supposed to be, and you'll have to work hard to unlock those additional ships, right? Alright, another concept here that I'll just touch upon very quickly is sea monsters. Now these monsters are spread throughout the map, and you can obviously kill them by sailing up to them, clicking on them and choosing attack. And you'll get some goodies out of killing these things, and as you progress in the game, these sea monsters are going to be very important for your progression. So you might as well, you know, start killing them as soon as you see them. You can only kill 5 a day though. Remember that, only 5 a day, at least for now. So that's usually the reason that you can't kill any more sea monsters, a question I get a lot as well. So killing sea monsters grants you items, and these comes in all sorts of flavors and powerful levels. And I have a whole video on items and how to upgrade them. That's very you know, intricate, so you should go and find that video if you want to see the details. In this video, I'll just mention that items are a thing in the game. You put them on your ship, you put them in specific locations, and that's pretty much all I'll say here. But you get them from, among other things, killing sea monsters. Alright, next up, let's talk about heroes, because heroes are really, really important. Heroes you earn by, you know, playing a sort of roulette in the game. And there's a whole bunch of different heroes, and they come at different levels, and they all come with different skills and skill combinations. And they also have different designations. So some of them are captains, some are first mates, some are gunners, and it's all important, right? And again, I have a whole video on heroes and how to level them up, and also a different video on where to put them on your ship and how to use their damage types efficiently. So heroes are quite an intricate topic, and it's also something that people seem to get a little bit confused about. And I get it, there's a lot of heroes and there's a lot of ways to promote them and upgrade them and level them up. And then of course, once you start mixing heroes with items and ships, it gets very complicated. So in this video, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that heroes are a concept in the game, and it's a very deep concept, right? Now, some heroes you can pay to get, and of course that is a little bit of a controversial part of the game, but it is a mobile game, so you should be used to it by now. Alright, as a new player, one of the easiest things you can do right when you start the game is to go and explore the map. Like, this gives you a lot of bonus points, and it's very, very easy to do. And there's another reason you should do this as a new player, because once you are low levels, that means like below level 8, I believe it is, you cannot be attacked by other players. So use that you know, immortality to go and remove the fog of war everywhere that you can possibly go when you start out, right? When you start, the whole map is covered in clouds, and it's impossible to see anything. And as a new player, use that opportunity to go and explore and find all the ports on the map, find all the missed incidents, and earn some adventure experience just by sailing around and having a look at the map. Exploration, like I said, is really important, and you might as well get it done when you start the game, because it'll also help you understand the mechanics of the game and also how to explore and how to dock at ports and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that you do a lot of exploration when you first start out in the game. Now, it wouldn't be a pirate game without some treasure, right? And of course, there's plenty of treasure to find in Sea of Conquest. Actually, there's treasure all over the place. And you can find treasure maps and, of course, enemies, other players, and sea monsters. They all tend to drop some treasure goodies once in a while. But, hunting for treasure does have its very own video, like I keep saying. So if you want to know more about that and you want to all the details about that, just look up my how to find treasures in Sea of Conquest video. Alright, next up, quickly I'll just introduce you to the trading concept, because there is trading in this game and it's actually pretty good, and that's something I miss in a lot of pirate games. It's all about sinking ships, but there's no real trading. So if you don't want to go out and fight other pirates all the time, there's nothing else to do. But in Sea of Conquest there is. And I have a whole video on this as well. It's about how to make gold, so look that up if you want the details. Another thing that you'll run into when you're playing Sea of Conquest is hand-to-hand combat. And I must admit, I don't really like this part of the game much. I think it's a little bit undercooked, and I don't think there's enough flexibility really. All I just do when these things come up is to press the auto button, and then I just sit there and look at stuff going on. Now, if this was more like, turn-based strategy like Divinity Original Sin or Baldur's Gate 3, it would be good, but as it is now, it's just a little bit undercooked. But it is in the game, so keep it in mind. Alright, next up, as soon as you get the opportunity in the game, you should join a gang. And it doesn't really matter which gang, but of course a more powerful gang is better, because really progressing in this game gets very, very difficult, if not impossible, without being part of a good gang. So on every server there's at least one good gang. So usually, if you can, just join the most powerful gang on the map and you'll be fine. You don't have to do much when you're in the gang. Just donate a little bit once in a while, and obviously help out when the gang is attacking ports and expanding their territory. But other than that, you just get some really cool bonuses for doing it. And like I said, you should do it, because it's pretty much impossible to continue down the game without being in a gang. Alright, last I'll just touch upon adventure level, because there's lots of levels in this game here, and lots of things have levels, and it gets a little bit like complicated after a while. But adventure level is your level, like say your player's level, right? And you get that by exploring and doing stuff, and it's very important to raise your adventure level. So there's also a complete video on that. So this is a very deep subject, so look that video up if you want to know more. Alright, that was my starter guide to Sea of Conquest, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying this game, and I keep playing it, and hopefully the developers will just keep content flowing. It certainly looks like it. The game seems to be really popular with several million downloads, and I totally understand that. So I hope that this video gave you a little bit of help in how to get started in Sea of Conquest here. And like I said, I have plenty of other videos that goes into details about how to get the ball rolling. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you out there.